through the third supplementary estimates 3 for the financial year 2024-2025. The other thing that will be in today's order of business is the Agricultural Professionals Registration and Licensing Bill. That is National Assembly Bill number 16 by the Honorable John Mutunga MP. A second reading of the Environmental Professionals Institute of Kenya Bill, that is National Assembly Bill number 36 of 2024 by Honorable George Gachagua MP. Thank you very much. The quorum has been achieved. Sorry about that. The quorum has not yet been achieved. The Speaker has called on to Honorable Millie Mabona to help whip members into the House. So as you can see, the House is not full yet, has not attained the requisite quorum, and pursuant to Standing Order number 34, the Speaker has called that the bell be rung as the whip mobilizes members to come into the House so that we can continue with the order of business in the House. Let me take you back to what is to be expected in today's business.
Minutes.
The Speaker has called that the bell be rung for a further 5 minutes. That is because in the first 10 minutes that the bell has been rung, the members have not attained the requisite quorum. So therefore, we will be waiting for 5 more minutes for the whip and other members to get to the House so that we can continue with the order of business. To continue with what is to be expected in today's business, we'll have the second reading of the Prevention of Livestock and Produce Theft Bill by Honorable Rahim Dawood. That is a co-sponsored bill. We will also have the Assisted Reproductive Technology Bill, National Assembly Bill number 61 of 2022. This is what will be there. Notice will be given to the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Health to move the following amendments to the Assisted Reproductive Technology Bill 2022 at the committee stage. The long title of the bill be amended by deleting words to establish an Assisted Reproductive Technology Directorate. On Clause 2, as will be discussed later, that Clause 2 of the bill be amended, A, by deleting the definition of the term assisted reproductive technology and substituting, therefore, the following new definition. Assisted reproductive technology means all techniques that attempt to obtain a pregnancy by handling the sperm or the oocyte outside the human body and transferring the gamete or the embryo into the reproductive system of a woman. By deleting the definition of the term child and substituting, therefore, the following new definition. Child means an individual who has not attained the age of 18 years. So as the member will be speaking on this, they will give the new definition. And by deleting the definition of the term commissioning parents and substituting thereof, therefore, the following new definition as will be given by the member. Intended parent means a woman or couple who enters into surrogacy arrangement seeking assistance in procreation through the help of a surrogate or donor. Again, by deleting the definition of the term couple and substituting, therefore, the following new definition as will be given by the member. Couple means a male and a female who are married or cohabiting under the laws of Kenya. Another one is by deleting the definition of the term cryopreservation and substituting, therefore, the following new definition as will be given by the member. cryopreservation means that the assisted reproductive technology of freezing and storing of gametes, zygotes, embryos, ovarian, and testicular tissues. By deleting the definition of the term directorate and substituting, therefore, with a definition that will be given by the member. By deleting the definition of the term donation and substituting by a new definition, donation means a process in assisted reproductive technology of voluntarily.
Honorable Kimayo, if we can come in, we can start. Okay, first order.
Order number 1, administration of oath. Order number 2, communication from the chair. Petitions. Order number 5, papers. Order number 6, notices of motion. Order number 7, questions and statements.
Okay, honorable members, we had a request for a statement to be made by Honorable Naomi Wako. She's not present, so let's go to the one, we'll hold that in abeyance as we wait for her. Then there is the one of by Honorable Khair Qasim. Mheshimiwa Qasim, Mheshimiwa Qasim, you're ready with your statement?
Yes.
You may proceed.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to provisions of Standing Order 442C, I rise to request a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Communication, Information and Innovation regarding the absence of communication network in Luli's location, Banissa Sub-County, Mandera County. Honorable Speaker, Luli's location comprises several major settlements including Andarak, Hardawa, Domal, Awaliatani, Ardamachi, Soroba, Kabil, Buke, Ogonicho, and Shobtoi. According to the 2019 national census, this area is home to more than 50,000 residents and also hosts over 10 primary schools, 2 secondary schools, and more than 3 dispensaries serving in the local population. In today's digital era, access to reliable communication services is a fundamental necessity that underpins security, governance, education, commerce, and social cohesion. The absence of mobile network coverage in the area has had far-reaching negative implications on education, healthcare, emergency response, security coordination, and socio-economic development. Honorable Speaker, the continued exclusion of Luli's location from network coverage has subjected residents to marginalization and digital exclusion, thereby negating principles of equity, inclusivity, and the right to information. It is also deeply concerning that despite government investment in the Universal Service Fund and information and communication technology expansion programs in various parts of the country, this region remains unconnected. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I seek a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Communication, Information and Innovation on the following. 1, clarification on why Luli's location in Banissa Sub-County, Banissa Constituency, Mandera County has been left out of the National Communication Network rollout despite the existence of the Universal Service Fund and other ICT expansion programs targeting underserved areas. 2, details on the immediate and long-term measures by the Ministry of ICT and the Communications Authority of Kenya to connect the region to mobile and internet services and the timelines for their implementation. 3, a report on the allocation and utilization of resources under the Universal Service Fund in Mandera County and reasons why Luli's location has not benefited from such programs. 3, clarification on the public-private partnerships interventions, whether ongoing or planned, by private telecommunications companies such as Safaricom to extend coverage to Luli's location and how the Communications Authority intends to collaborate with or incentivize such providers to close the connectivity gap. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Is there, I cannot see the chairperson for the Communication and Information and Innovation Committee. Is there a member who can give an undertaking on behalf of the committee? Is there a member of that committee? So on behalf of Majority Leader, Honorable Wako.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. We'll make sure that the chairman will give the response in 2 weeks' time.
Thank you. And next, let's go to another request for a statement by Honorable Naomi Wako, member for Marsabit.
Honorable Speaker, pursuant to Standing Order 44.2c, I rise to seek for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Administration and Internal Security regarding the disappearance of Mr. Galgalo Bagaja Malicha of ID number 44041644, and to date, there are many others, and especially Guyo Jilo, who has disappeared for some days now. And then, Honorable Speaker, Mr. Galgalo Bagaja Malicha of ID number 44041644, a resident of Golole in Sololo Sub-County, Marsabit County, was reported missing on 31st August 2025 and has been missing since then, despite widespread efforts by his family and community to trace him. Galgalo's whereabouts remains unknown. The incident was officially reported at Sololo Police Station on 3rd September 2025 under occurrence number OB 63925. However, as of today, there has been little progress in the investigation, and Mr. Galgalo's family and the wider community are growing increasingly anxious about his safe return. Honorable Speaker, since his disappearance 3 weeks ago, the family is yet to receive any official updates or information from security agencies regarding the circumstances of his disappearance or his current whereabouts. Additionally, this incident highlights serious concerns about the protection of fundamental rights, specifically as enshrined in Article 29 of the Constitution. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I seek a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Administration and Internal Security on the following. 1, a status report on the disappearance of Mr. Galgalo Bagaja Malicha of ID number 44041644 and investigation by the police into his incident as reported under OB number OB 63925. Number 2, actions being taken by the security agencies to update the family and ensure that the missing person is expeditiously traced and reunited with his family, and perpetrators of the heinous act are brought to book. And 3, measures put in place by the Ministry of Interior and National Administration to ensure the safety of residents of Sololo Sub-County in Marsabit. Honorable Speaker, this has become very common in Marsabit and especially Sololo. In the last 1 week, over 7 people have disappeared, and Guyo Jilo has disappeared like 5 days ago, and his family, together with other families, are in big distress. So it is my prayer that this will be given special attention and proper protection be given to residents in Sololo and around there. Thank you.
Thank you. That's directed at the Committee of Administration and Internal Security. Is the chairperson or any member here? Honorable Ngusi, are you a member? Okay. How come you're on your feet? There's no member, so Honorable Wako.
We'll take note of that, and within the next 2 weeks, we should be given the response.
Thank you. Now we move to statements that were supposed to be responded to. There was a response from Zuleka Harun, nominated member. She's not here. But if the owner of the statement is not here, we'll pass. So we'll move on. We also have the next one is a response to the question by Honorable Naiburi MP for Turkana North. Ekwam, he's not also here. Yes.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I just wanted to go on record that I have the responses for the request of statement by Honorable Ekwam Nabuin and for Suleha Harun, but both of them are not in the House. Oh, okay, sorry. I had a notice the member for Turkana is in.
Oh, the member for Turkana is here, so yes, you'll proceed with his response. But you have a point of order, Honorable Makali?
Yeah, thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I just wanted your indulgence on this matter, which I think is a very serious matter. Honorable Speaker, is now question and statement time, and you see Honorable Wako is the one who's taking care of all the chairs. Honorable Speaker, I don't know whether people are tired or what is happening, because I expect this House to be full of chairpersons of committees to be able to respond to issues being raised by members. But it looks like the majority, the deputy majority leader is the one who's the majority whip, is the one who is taking all this heat. I think it's unfair to members. Honorable Speaker, being the head of this House, I think you really need to put our House in order. It doesn't look very good to the public that people are asking important questions which really touch on public interest, and then we only get answers. I think it's both sides. You can see the majority side, you can see the minority side. I thank you so much, Honorable Mili and Honorable Wako, for being here. If you are not here today, I would be surprised. What would have been happening? So really, Honorable Speaker, I think this is a matter. At that high level, we need to discuss this matter. It's becoming a matter of concern. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. We'll take it up with the liaison committee, the committee of chairpersons. Yes, Honorable Mili, you may now proceed to give the response.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I think the challenge is with the chairs, but the members are in the House. Many of them have come in and some are at the tea places. Madam Speaker, I want to respond to a request for a statement by Honorable Ekwam Nabuin, MP for Turkana North constituency on the Todonyang massacre. Honorable Speaker, further to the earlier response tabled before this House regarding the statement sought by the member for Turkana North constituency, Honorable Ekwam Nabuin MP, and the Todonyang massacre, the committee sought additional information from the Ministry of Foreign and Diaspora Affairs in relation to the incident and Kenya's engagement with the government of Ethiopia. The committee specifically organized a meeting in which Honorable Member and the Cabinet Secretary for Defense appeared and deliberated on the matter and reached an amicable way forward. Further, the committee sought clarification from the Cabinet Secretary for Foreign and Diaspora Affairs on the following. 1, the specific diplomatic action taken by the ministry in response to the Todonyang incident, including whether a formal protest has been lodged with the government of Ethiopia regarding the violation of Kenya's territorial integrity and the killing of its citizens. 2, details of any ongoing or concluded diplomatic engagements aimed at addressing the security situation along the Kenya-Ethiopia border and preventing recurrence. And 3, progress made in securing accountability for the perpetrators and in obtaining assurances from the government of Ethiopia on the safety of Kenyan citizens in the affected areas. Honorable Speaker, the diplomatic engagements and actions undertaken in response to the massacre, the Ministry of Foreign and Diaspora Affairs stated that they initiated a series of consultations between Kenyan and Ethiopian authorities. These engagements involved Cabinet Secretary for Interior, and Ethiopia Ministry of Peace, leading to the establishment of a joint operations team on 24th February 2025 to strengthen intelligence sharing, coordinate search and rescue missions, and improve cross-border security management. The ministry noted that it facilitated community-level dialogues involving elders, local leaders, and religious institutions from both sides. Bilateral discussions were later convened in Lodwar, Turkana County in March 2025, where the two governments emphasized reconciliation and community-driven peace building. At the security level, the ministry stated that the joint patrols between Kenyan and Ethiopian security forces were initiated to monitor hotspots and restore confidence among residents. On the humanitarian front, the ministry coordinated access for Kenyan officials into affected areas to support recovery and repatriation efforts. As of 7th of March 2025, 3 bodies had been recovered, 66 survivors rescued, and 38 persons remained unaccounted for. The ministry further stated that the appointment of Honorable John Munyes Kiyonga as special peace envoy for the Ateke region reinforced Kenya's commitment to sustainable peace among the Turkana, Karamojong, Jie, Toposa, Nyangatom, Teso, and Lango communities, which inhabit the fragile border corridors of Kenya, Uganda, South Sudan, and Ethiopia. Honorable Speaker, on the details of any ongoing or concluded diplomatic engagements aimed at addressing the security situation border, the ministry stated that diplomatic engagements have continued through structured bilateral cooperation mechanisms. This includes coordination under the Kenya-Ethiopia Joint Operation Committee and ongoing preparations to convene the 33rd Kenya-Ethiopia Joint Border Commission to deliberate on broader cross-border security, water resource management, and livelihood programs. A joint security meeting was held at Lopeimukat village, South Omo region of Ethiopia, to coordinate search and retrieval operations on Lake Turkana, which marked a significant step toward operational collaboration and peace restoration. These ongoing engagements, alongside the deployment of security forces by Kenya and the active involvement of local communities, are aimed at addressing the root causes of violence, particularly competition over fishing grounds and grazing land, while promoting peaceful coexistence. Honorable Speaker, regarding accountability and assurances from Ethiopian government on the safety of Kenyan citizens in the affected areas, the ministry reports that joint cross-border investigations are underway under the auspices of the Joint Operations Team. The objective is to identify and bring to justice those responsible for the attacks, while reinforcing preventive mechanisms against future incursions. Kenya continues to advocate for the safety and protection of its citizens through bilateral engagements, while maintaining a strong security presence in the affected areas. Despite subsequent security incidents in May 2025, the ministry affirms that border patrols, surveillance, and intelligence sharing have been intensified to deter further hostilities. Honorable Speaker, the Ministry of Foreign and Diaspora Affairs states that it continues to engage the Ethiopian authorities regarding the cooperation between border residents and long-term peace in the Kenya-Ethiopia frontier. I submit and thank you. This is read on behalf of the committee chair, Honorable Nelson Koech, chairperson, Department Committee on Defense, Intelligence, and Foreign Relations. And I note the vice chair of the committee is here for in case of any further clarifications. Thank you.
Thank you, honorable members. Our next order was to be order number 8, but I will exercise my discretion under standing order 40 to reorder the order paper, as we cannot put the question on order number 8. So we shall move to order number 9. Honorable Nabuin, a member for Turkana North, I'm told you wanted to make a comment?
Yes, yes,
before
yes,
we
yes.
move to the next order?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I was expecting to be given a chance to make a comment on this.
Usually you have to request it.
Oh, okay.
And you haven't put your card, so.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
I thought you were satisfied.
Madam Speaker, I am satisfied with the engagement with the committee and the response they are in. Madam Speaker, I also want to confirm that the last 2 weeks, we, together with the special envoy, Honorable John Munyes, we were able to engage the Ethiopian authorities at a higher level in Addis and also at the regional level. So, Madam Speaker, the happenings now are good, and our communities, both communities across the border, together with the Turkana community, are engaging. There are peace committees that have already been formed. But Madam Speaker, in a meeting with the ministry, the CS and the PS and the team from the KDF, we agreed that Liwan KDF camp is set up like immediately. And then we should have a liaison officer across the border, because that is what we are missing, Madam Speaker. Once we have a liaison officer from the KDF, we'll be able to engage with the Ethiopian army, because a lot of activities are happening there and our people are harassed. And we feel if we have a liaison officer, he will be able to support in engaging the team from the other side. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, honorable members. I think, is there any other comment on that particular response? If none, then we can move to the next order.
Order number 9, Committee of the Whole House.
Order, honorable members. We are in the Committee of the Whole House on the Assisted Reproductive Technology Bill, National Assembly Bill number 61 of 2022. We are going to resume from clause 5.
Clause 5.
Can see the chairman is in. I propose the question that clause 5 be part of the bill. Chairman, you have an amendment.
Madam Speaker, I have amendment that the bill be amended by deleting clause 5 and substituting, therefore, the following new clause. That the Council shall establish a committee to be known as the Assisted Reproductive Technology Committee.
You are not audible, Chair.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I propose that the bill be amended by deleting clause 5 and substituting, therefore, the following new clause 5. 5.1, the Council shall establish a committee to be known as the Assisted Reproductive Technology Committee. The committee shall conduct the business and affairs in accordance with the provisions of the schedule. The justification of this to make provision for the Kenya Medical Professional Dentists Council to establish a committee known as Assisted Reproductive Technology Committee to be responsible for the functions relating to the provisions of assisted reproductive technology services in the country.
Honorable Dr. Nyikal, I suggest that if it's too long, you can just say
as in the order paper?
Yes.
Fine.
So that we can make progress.
So that if members have queries,
Honorable members, I believe that you have the document, so to make it easier for the chair. So, honorable members, I now propose the question that clause 5 be amended as proposed by the chairman. Yes, the Honorable Millie Othiambo, member for Suba North.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I was actually more in preference of a directorate, but as part of harmonization, I was willing to let go, and so I support the amendment towards the council and a committee of the council, which actually was proposed by Honorable Kaluma.
Thank you, Honorable Millie. I don't know, Honorable Naomi Wako, do you have interest in this? Thank you. Honorable members, I now propose the question that clause 5 be amended as proposed by the chairman. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. We have another amendment, honorable members, by the Honorable Peter Kaluma, MP. But it is not your. The Honorable Millie, what do you want? You have a comment on this one? Because the fact that Honorable Kaluma is not here.
Yeah, just to inform the House that Honorable Kaluma is not in, but most of the amendments we had agreed as part of the harmonization process. I think there may be about 3 that we didn't agree on, and the chair will alert the House which ones those were. But Honorable Kaluma, again, is not here. But it's fair that I alert the House. But this one was not, I think the committee proposal carried the day. In fact, the council was proposed by Honorable Kaluma. So it's actually his amendment that has carried the day.
So, Chair, would you like to add something?
I'd like to add. Basically, the issue here was the bill was creating a directorate, but it was agreed that that will be a whole new structure. So we say we have a council within the Medical President Dentist Council. So a lot of other coming will be relating to that, and we have agreed we have a council instead of a directorate. So the amendments are just aligning with that.
Thank you. Thank you, Chairman. So the amendment by the Honorable Kaluma is dropped. Honorable members, I now put the question that clause 5 be amended. That clause 5, as amended, be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 6.
I propose the question that clause 6 be part of the bill. Chairman, Honorable Dr. Nyikal.
Chair, I propose that clause 6 be amended as in the order paper. And again, the justification is that for alignment with the proposed amendment, that the Assisted Reproductive Committee is be established by the Medical President Dentist Council, so that we do not have the word directorate. So wherever there's a directorate, that amendment will appear. That's clause 7.
That is clause 6, Honorable Chair.
No, clause 6.
Honorable members, I propose the question that clause 6 be amended as proposed by the chairman. Honorable Millie Odhiambo.
In light of what I said earlier, I support.
Thank you very much. I do not see any other interest in this. So I now put the question that clause 6 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Dr. Nyikal. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 6 as amended be part of the bill. As many as of that opinion say aye? As many as our contrary opinion say nay, the ayes have it. I hereby drop the amendment by the Honorable Peter Kaluma.
Clause 7.
I propose the question that clause 7 be part of the bill. Chairman, you have an amendment.
Madam Chair, the proposed that clause 7 be amended as in the order paper. Basically what it's doing is replacing the word national government with the cabinet secretary. The issue is to be more specific. Instead of saying national government, say cabinet secretary. That's a more specific terminology.
Honorable members, I propose the question that clause 7 be amended as proposed by the chairman. Honorable Emilio Odhiambo.
Thank you, Chair. Before we put the question, I just wanted directions because I wanted to propose a further amendment on the floor. We did harmonization. But I noticed there was a problem like the part 7C, I think, still talks about the talks of the National Health Insurance Fund, which doesn't exist anymore. So I wanted to propose a further amendment to replace it with, is it SHIF or SHA? National Health Insurance Fund is replaced by SHA or by SHIF? Social Health Insurance Fund or by Social Health? Okay. So, Chair, I'm proposing, I don't know whether we dispose of Honorable Nichols, because I'm allowed to move on the floor and then I write. I've done that in the past.
I would like to establish whether the amendment that you are bringing now is related to the amendment that has been prosecuted by the Honorable Dr. Nikal.
It's in the same clause, but not related. The one Honorable Nikal is raising is in the main part, the national government, and is replacing with the cabinet. But I'm talking to subclause C. So that's why I'm seeking direction, whether we dispose of his first, and then I propose a further amendment to subclause C to replace national health, or whether we recommit. So you'll advise which is easier, whether we recommit or whether I propose amendment on the floor. It's a very simple amendment because the national health insurance doesn't exist anymore.
This seems to be part of cleaning up, but I would like to hear, yes, Kano Russell.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. I think what Honorable Millie there is proposing, this is a house of traditions. And if you wish to move an amendment from the floor, then you should actually have had a discussion with the chairman or the chairperson of the committee, so you are in agreement before actually moving that amendment from the floor. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Well, first of all, the matter that the Honorable Millie is raising is important. However, and I believe that there was a lot of consultation on this bill, so not a problem at all. But our standing order number 152.3 specifically, it gives the Speaker authority, and I would like just to read, at any time before the certification of the bill, the Speaker may correct formal errors or oversights, and this matter can be handled at that stage where NHIF will be replaced with SHIF. So, honorable members, I suggest that we make progress. It will be handled during cleaning up, where NHIF will be replaced with SHIF. I think that clears. Now we can proceed, honorable members. Yes, you may proceed, Chairman.
I probably would like to put a word when that cleaning is being done. And the issue has come, whether we're talking of SHA, talking of SHIF, and it makes a big difference. Because if you talk of SHIF, you are only talking of one fund, which is the Social Health Insurance Fund. Whereas if you talk of SHA, then we should realize we are talking of the other two funds, which is the chronic, emergency and chronic care. So it's very important, because in the cover for some issues, you may need to use any of the three. So we need to be very careful whoever will be doing the cleaning up.
Okay. In that case, Honorable Chair, I would like to give an opportunity to the Honorable Mili to move the amendment.
Thank you.
2 minutes to consult, or even a minute to consult, so that you put together, so that we do not have confusion with the different funds.
Chair, would I then propose that Honorable Jekal's amendment is passed, then I move mine in subclause C. I don't know if we've already passed the Honorable Jekal's.
It's further amended.
So or we do it and pass them
So
together.
get ready, it will be a further amendment to this. So honorable members, I now put the question that clause 7 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Nyikal. As many as of that opinion say aye. As many as of a contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Now I give an opportunity to the Honorable Mili to make the further amendment.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I propose a further amendment that clause 7 be further amendment in subclause C by replacing the words National Health Insurance Fund with the SHA. Is it SHA? Yeah, Social Health Authority, SHA. I'm getting the advice from Honorable Nyikal, who is
Noted. Honorable members, I now propose the question that clause 7 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Mili Odhiambo. I now put the question that clause 7 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Mili Odhiambo. As many as of that opinion say aye. As many as of a contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. I now... We also had an amendment from the Honorable Kaluma. Same clause 9. Same clause 7. Clause 7. So the proposed amendment by the Honorable Kaluma is hereby dropped. I now put the question that clause 7 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 8.
I propose the question that clause 8 be part of the bill, Chairman. I would like to start with the proposed amendment by the Honorable Kaluma. The proposes a deletion. The fact that there is no one to prosecute that, it's hereby dropped. There is another amendment by the chairman. Please proceed.
I propose that the clause 8 be amended as in the order paper. And basically, that is to ensure collaboration between the national and the county government in the access and delivery of assisted reproductive services to all that's already provided for in the above. Remember when we were discussing 7.
Honorable members, since the proposals by the Honorable Kaluma are appearing in so many clauses, and the fact that the Honorable Kaluma is not in the House, and that there is no one to prosecute the amendments on his behalf, and the fact that he participated in the winnowing process, I would like to drop all amendments by the Honorable Kaluma instead of calling them out in every clause. So, honorable members, now we go to clause 8. I now put the question that clause 8 be amended as proposed by the chairman.
If you allow, I may want to have a consultation with that on what you have just said of dropping all Honorable Kaluma's assessment with Honorable Millie, then we proceed. Just 2 minutes or one.
Going forward, right? It's going forward. It's going forward. Beyond clause 8.
So that is what I want to consult about, so that as we go forward, we are now quite clear they're all dropped.
Yes,
I'll tell you my concern. If a member is not there, we are dropping. We do not know how later on he'll behave towards the whole bill, even the act when it is passed. That's why I want this consultation.
Who do you want to consult?
Honorable Millie.
Okay. Can we give you a minute to do that? You may proceed.
Thank you, Chair. Maybe just what Honorable Nyikali is worried about, that he wants to go on record, is that we agreed largely in the harmonization process, probably 90%, but there were about 3 clauses we didn't agree on, and which Honorable Kaluma had wanted to prosecute himself, but he's not here. Out of goodwill, because I know we are not obligated to take that into account, but out of goodwill, we agreed that we could request for recommittals of those ones. So what Honorable Nyikali is worried about is if they are dropped, can they then be subjected to recommittals?
Honorable Millie Odhiambo, are you able to identify the 3 together with the chair? And also the fact that the Honorable Kaluma has not given you any document in writing indicating that you are going to move on his behalf. I can give an opportunity to the chair when it comes to those specific amendments which you have already agreed, you can move the amendment and then move in an amended form to take care of Honorable Kaluma's amendments. Yes? Honorable Millie?
I think we're just being magnanimous, Chair. The committee and myself do not agree with Honorable Kaluma on those amendments, so he wanted to prosecute his disagreement, which we have graciously agreed to allow him to prosecute, even though we disagree with him. So if we move, it would imply that we are supporting, which we don't. The committee doesn't support, I don't support. But we wanted to be gracious enough to allow him to move his opposition. So our concern is that because we have agreed, gentlemen, we have had a gentle-lady agreement to recommit so that he can come and persuade members on those 3 items. Would it be okay, Chair, if we just moved all of them and when we came to those 3, we notify the House so that he will be allowed later to recommit?
Also, as you do that, you bear in mind that now the bill belongs to the House. It doesn't belong to the Honorable Kaluma. You may proceed, Honorable Dr. Nyikal.
Chair, that is exactly why we are asking. We went through a very rigorous winnowing, actually, almost twice. And so on I have all the clauses that we didn't agree, and we said, let's prosecute those on the floor of the House. Now, if then we now proceed and say later on, my concern is much even later on, he raises issue of the process, he was aware or not there, because we know even acts that we have passed have actually been challenged on the issue of process. If they, suppose, for example, we don't finish, and tomorrow or the next week when it comes, then it's available, and he wants to recommit because they were dropped while he was not there, does the process allow him to recommit? Because I would like that, because in that case, we can say you even give an opportunity to the last minute, even to recommit. So you can now, not later on when we have passed the law. Madam Chair, why I'm saying that, I know about this law, and I know that even during implementation, people may still raise issues. So I'm looking forward, and as far as Honorable Kaluma is concerned, I would like him to have maximum opportunity, be on the floor, put his case, and either win it or lose it on the floor, than just saying, I wasn't there. That's the request we are asking in terms of process and procedure.
Yeah, honorable members, recommitting these bills will be opening these clauses to now fresh deliberation. Those particular clauses. So I am going to advise that based on Standing Order 133.10, that consideration of any part of a clause of a bill may be postponed until such later stage of the proceedings into committee on such bill as the committee may determine. So you may identify these three clauses so that we deal with all the other clauses and leave those particular clauses to be handled at a later time. Okay, so we proceed. Clause 8. Please use the, please give him the mic, yes.
In line with what you have said, I've actually listed all those clauses where we have this, and I would like to present them to you so that when you reach that,
we need to make progress, honorable members.
It is one of them, so we'll then save all of them. Yes. So we'll then move.
Please enumerate all of them. 8,
14, 27, 30F, and 52. Actually, 18, 30, and 52.
You have added 18.
No. 14, 27, 30, and 52. No, 7 we have passed, so that is gone. I don't want to take the House back. So 8, 14, 27, 30, 52.
You said 30F.
I think there may be another part of 30, so we probably just exclude the whole of 30.
Noted. So then, honorable members, pursuant to Standing Order 133.10, clauses 8, 14, 27, 30, and 52 are hereby postponed until such a later stage of the proceedings in committee on which the clauses will be determined. So, honorable members, we can now proceed.
Clause 9.
I propose the question that clause 9 be part of the bill. Chairman? Honorable Dr. Nyikal.
Yes, Chair. I propose that clause 9 of the bill be amended as in the order paper, and the justification is for the alignment with the proposed amendment that the assisted technology be established under Kenya Medical Practice and Dentist Council. As I said earlier, whenever the word directorate or comes, it will be amended to read council or to be deleted as appropriate.
Thank you. Thank you. I propose the question that clause 9 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Dr. Nyikal. The Honorable Andrew Okwome, member for Karachonyo. Honorable member for Karachonyo, please use the next mic. What were you trying to do? You are trying to fix it?
Yeah, it is
You
stuck.
are trying to fix the microphone for Parliament?
Yeah, it is stuck somewhere.
Okay,
I
thank you
couldn't
very
get it
much.
out of that place.
But please use that one. The one you're using now is in order.
Yeah, I can use this one. Madam Speaker, I didn't ask to be given a chance for comment. Yeah, I didn't ask for. I didn't ask to speak.
That is noted, Honorable. Honorable members, I propose the question that clause 9 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Dr. Nyikal. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? There is have it. I now put the question that clause 9 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? There is have it.
Clause 10.
I propose the question that clause 10 be part of the bill. Honorable Dr. Nyikal.
Chair, I propose that clause 10 be amended as in the order paper, and the reason is the same. It still has to do with change from directorate to council.
I propose the question that clause 10 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Nyikal. The Honorable Joshua Kimilu, member for Kaiti.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Speaker, I support.
Thank you very much, honorable members. I now put the question that clause 10 be amended as proposed by the chairman. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? There is have it. I now put the question that clause 10 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? There is have it.
Clause 11.
I propose the question that clause 11 be part of the bill. There be no amendment. I now put the question that clause 11 be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? There is have it.
Clause 12.
I propose the question that clause 12 be part of the bill. Honorable Chairman. Please use the next mic.
Okay. Chair, I propose that clause 12 be amended as in the order paper, and the justification is actually for we have consent and we're just adding written informed. We have informed consent and we're just adding written informed consent. So that is just for more accuracy that the consent is actually written, not verbal. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. I propose the question that clause 12 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Dr. Nyikal. Honorable Millie Odhiambo.
Thank you, Chair. This is one of the clauses that we agreed on. And Chair, because this is an area that is currently not regulated, if you provide written informed consent, it basically means that no person shall make use of any human reproductive material for purposes of creating an embryo unless the donor of the material has given written informed consent. And this is basically to regulate that sector so that it is not misused, because it's a very delicate area. Thank you. I support.
Thank you. I propose the question that clause 12 be amended as proposed by the chairman. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 12 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 13.
I propose the question that clause 13 be part of the bill. Chairman.
Chair, I propose that clause 13 be amended as in the order paper. And Chair, it is exactly the same reason. Here, in all these clauses, we need consent, informed consent. We want the informed consent to be in writing. So again, for the same reason.
I propose the question that clause 12 be amended as proposed by the chairman. Thank you. Honorable members, I'll take this again. I propose the question that clause 13 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Nikal. Yes, Honorable Mili, member for Suba.
Again, Chair, I want to support, except that now, of course, this one, it talks to the removal of a human reproductive material from a body of a donor after their death. That cannot happen unless a person gave informed written consent, so that you don't misuse, it's sort of like organ donation, has to be with written informed consent.
I propose the question that clause 13 be amended as proposed by the chairman. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 13 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable members, as we proceed, I would like to take this opportunity to welcome our guests. Seated in the speakers gallery this morning, we have students from Elim Group of Schools, Mavoko, Machakos County. And we have students from Dongoni Glorious Academy from Kaiti constituency in Makueni County. You are welcome to the National Assembly to observe proceedings of the House. And I would like to give this opportunity to the member for Kaiti, the Honorable Joshua, so that you may invite all students. You may be seated.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I want to take opportunity to welcome the students in the Parliament. And I want to tell them one time we were seated there and we were trying to follow what the proceeding of the Parliament, and today we are here as members of Parliament. So I want to encourage them and to tell them to focus. And one time they will be here as members of Parliament or in other field doing a good job. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you very much, Member for Kaiti. Honorable members, as we have agreed, we now skip clause 14.
Clause 15.
I propose the question that clause 15 be part of the bill. Honorable Dr. Nikal, Chair.
I propose that we amend clause 15 as in the order paper. And Madam Chair, this is just purely just for wording. And clause 15 initially was indicating a person shall not undertake assisted reproductive technology for purely speculative and commercial purposes. The word purely is superfluous there. It should just be for speculative and commercial purposes. So we are deleting the word purely.
I propose the question that clause 15 be amended as proposed by the chairman. Well, I see 3 interests. I see 3 people on my screen. I see the Honorable Joshua, and I see the member for Karachonyo. Member for Karachonyo, you told me that you didn't have interest in speaking to the earlier clause. Do you have interest in speaking to this clause?
For further motions and bills.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, and in that, honorable members, I'll request that those who have interest in this particular bill, please hit the intervention button so that it is easier to identify you. Honorable members, I propose the question that clause 15 be amended as proposed by the chairman. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 15 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 16.
I propose the question that clause 16 be part of the bill. Honorable Chairman, Dr. Nyekal.
Madam Speaker, I propose that clause 16 be amended as in the order paper. The justification for this is what clause 15 is saying, that you shall not, for the purposes of reproductive technology, place into a woman an embryo other than a human embryo, a gamete other than a human eye. But this says a gamete embryo other than that, they consented for by the woman. It is a complex area, and we just want to make sure that whatever is used, the woman has given consent to. So that is the essence of the amendment of 16.
I propose the question that clause 16 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Dr. Nyekal. And Honorable Millie Odhiambo.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, let me also just take this opportunity to welcome the students who are here, and especially to encourage the young girls. I know the honorable member was saying earlier that he sat there one time and looked down, and now he's in parliament. But when I came in and sat there many years ago, there were no women. At least now we can see women. There were, I think, 1 or 2 women. Now we see women, and we are hoping that the time they will be here, more than half the House will be women. Let the imbalance be on the men for once. But having said that, Madam Speaker, I want to support the proposed amendment by the chair. And Madam Speaker, because the area of assisted reproduction is a very new area, there's a lot of abuse that goes on. There's a case that was reported where a doctor who was an assisted reproduction technology expert, instead of using the gametes that were supplied, was using his own gametes. And it ended up that you have more than 100 siblings who didn't know and could actually end up marrying each other, brother and sister. So because of that, I agree with the chair that a gamete or embryo cannot be put inside a woman unless it's of that which is consented to by the woman. So even if it's the doctors, if you go against what the law provides, it's a crime. And I support the chair.
Thank you, Honorable Millie. Honorable members, I now propose the question that clause 16 be amended as proposed by the chairman. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 16 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 17.
I propose the question that clause 17 be part of the bill. Chairman.
Chair, I propose that clause 17 be amended as in the order paper. The justification of this is replacing the word minor with the word child, so that we are quite sure we are using the legal word. But the bigger meaning of this, Madam Chair, is that you can obtain sperm or ovum from a child. The question would be, why would you do that? The question is, this is intended where a child is as what may be a fatal illness that can later be treated, or the treatment itself is such that they may destroy the reproductive capacity of the child, like leukemias and so on. So this is done earlier so that you can preserve that and use them later. So we have to use the correct word as in law.
Thank you. No, wait. First of all, I want to propose the question. I propose the question that clause 17 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Dr. Nyekal. Honorable Millie Odhiambo.
I just wanted clarification. Chair, I've heard the chair of the committee saying that is only amending the word child. But what I have here indicates that you're doing much more than that. I don't know if I'm the one who has it wrong. Because I think the proposed amendment that I got from the committee report is a person shall not obtain a sperm or ovum from a child or use any sperm or ovum obtained from a child except for medical reasons and future human procreation and with informed consent of the minor's parents or legal guardian. If that is the case, then I'd support. If that is not the case, then could I please move a further amendment? Because that's what we agreed with the Committee on Harmonization, and it's to protect a child, especially children who may be going, as he has said, through medical conditions like leukemia or other cancers that may affect their future abilities to have children, and therefore you need to freeze their eggs or sperms for future procreation. So maybe if the
Chairman,
chair can
please
clarify.
make the clarification and be brief. Honorable members, remember we debated on this bill for a very long time, so we can just make sure that we are on point. Are you amending the word child alone, or it is beyond that word?
It is beyond.
As it has been explained by the Honorable Millie Odhiambo.
It is beyond, and in the context that you said, that's why I earlier said you may harvest the ovum or sperm from a child for later use by the same child. If they are sick and the cost of treatment will reduce them infertile, then we can save this for later on when they have recovered, and now they can be used by the same child with the child's consent or the guardian's consent. We concur completely.
And listening to the two of you, I think that you agree. So, honorable members, I now put the question that clause 17 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Dr. Nyikal. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 17 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 18.
I propose the question that clause 18 be part of the bill. Honorable Dr. Nyikal.
Okay, yeah. I have an amendment on clause 18, and that the clause 18 of the bill be amended as in the order paper. This is again to protect the use of embryos, so that the embryos that can be used are only human embryos consented to, because in this technical area, it is possible when you are using embryos, even to use embryos other than human. So this is protective, so that we only use a human embryo, and that is the gist of the amendment.
Thank you. Honorable members, I now propose the question that clause 18 be amended as proposed by the chairman. Honorable Millie Odhiambo.
Thank you, Chair. I know it's in my interest and in the interest of the House that we move very quickly. But because there's also been a bit of misinformation about this bill, it's good to put some things on record. And part of what the Chair is proposing in this amendment is that there shall be no form of human cloning. And I support, amongst other things, and using or mixing human organs with animal. So there is no form of human cloning.
Thank you. Honorable members, I now put the question that clause 18 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Dr. Nyikal. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 18 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 19.
I propose the question that clause 19 be part of the bill. Honorable Dr. Nyikal.
I propose, Chair, that clause 19 be amended as in the order paper. And the justification actually are two. One, for the use of the word consent. And that is, as I explained earlier, that it must be written consent. And two, we also want to remove the words placing sperm and eggs or embryo in a woman. We want to be more specific and say in the womb. If you're saying in the womb, in a woman, it is general. We don't know where it is being placed. So this is specifically in the womb. But also for the reason that you can't place sperms and eggs at the same time, because sperm and eggs or and embryo at the same time. It must be or, because once you have an embryo, definitely you don't need a sperm or you don't need an egg, because the embryo has taken care of both.
Thank you. Honorable members, I propose the question that clause 19 be amended as proposed by the chair. There being no interest, I now put the question that clause 19 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 19 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 20.
I propose the question that clause 20 be part of the bill. Honorable Dr. Nyikal.
This is deleting, just changing the marginal note and replacing the word with posthumous reproduction. And as we probably as we had indicated earlier, it is possible that when people are sick and they are likely to die, you can actually take their sperms or eggs and use them later if they do die. So that is called posthumous reproduction. Then these are frozen. Therefore, we want the words to be quite clear, and posthumous reproduction is the correct word, not what is in the note, the side note now.
Can I call first before we do point of order? Actually, Chairman, you still have more to move because we called the whole clause 20. Would you like to prosecute all amendments now? Maybe that is the same matter that the Honorable Millie Odhiambo wants to raise. You have only talked about posthumous production.
Yeah, the posthumous.
You have B, C, D.
What then? It is still posthumous reproduction.
You can give us justification for each one of them.
Okay.
Make it brief.
For the side word, we have said the renumbering, obviously, then that is remembering. Deleting is because we have done that, but the most important one there is D. I think that's what Honorable Millie may be concerned about. When you do this posthumous reproduction, then the question comes that if you use an embryo, the ovum of a woman or an embryo, and how you place this must be in consent with what the woman wanted in terms of parentage. You cannot take that and put in another woman, and then when you now, the baby is born, you attribute the parentage to the woman who has died while she did not give consent for that. I think that is the issue that Honorable Millie is concerned about.
Thank you. Now, from our desk, you have covered all amendments. I'll now propose. Honorable members, I propose the question that clause 20 be amended as proposed by the chairman. Honorable Millie Odhiambo.
Thank you, Chair. In fact, in line with what the Honorable Chair has said, I wanted to propose a further amendment to delete the word "and" between subclause 2, which provides where the ovum of a woman or an embryo, the creation of which resulted from the ovum of that woman, was used after the death of that woman shall not be treated as the mother of the child born out of the ovum or the embryo unless the father was, the father was married to the woman at the time of the death of the woman, and then there is the word "and." The woman had given informed consent in writing. When you have the word "and," the implication is that, let's say I'm married now, and we decide to go through assisted reproduction technology with my husband. And unfortunately, my husband dies. No, actually, it's where the woman dies. Where the woman dies. Then the child shall not be considered as mine unless I wrote or I gave a written consent to my husband. It doesn't make sense. Where people are married, there is no reason for written consent unless it's posthumous. Not posthumous. Where they are married, even posthumous does not apply. Let me give an example. Assuming you are married, you understand me? Yeah. If you are married right now, even if you don't have a child and assisted reproduction, and your wife dies, that is your child. You don't need to sign anywhere. That's your child. But if you say "and," the word "and" gives a totally different meaning. So I'm proposing that we delete the word "and." The father was married to the woman at the time of the death of the woman.
I would like to give a chance to the chairman.
We concur. Basically, if you put the word "and," then the two conditions in A and B must be met together. Whereas if you delete "and," then A stands on its own. The father was married to the woman at the time of death of the woman. So there's no need for consent there. And then B, the woman had given consent. This may be in the case where a woman was actually probably not married and she had agreed to this. So there you would have needed her consent. Yeah. So the two conditions in A and B need not be tied. Maybe we can use the word "or," but for me, whether you use "or" and you delete it, I think it has the same thing.
Point of order.
Yes, Honorable Ole Sunkuli.
I am of the opinion, Madam Chair, that if you really don't want those two conditions, then just drop the whole idea, that particular amendment. No, I think that you don't, because informed consent is essential for all these things. So why would you need that to say that? Pardon? So if they are married, then why do you have to legislate? Why don't you just leave it?
In fact,
It's so sensitive, but I would like to hear the final word from the chair.
Why you need to is you may be dealing with a married woman. So if you are dealing with a married woman, then A applies. So nobody can raise an issue.
Honorable Ole Sunkuli.
If they are married...
I was thinking that you'll stay around the Honorable Dr. Nikal so that you can be more useful to the House.
Even with him before.
So that you can be more useful to the House. Or
so B...
Okay.
So B, it will apply actually when the woman is not married. Therefore, you need a written consent. But where they are married, you don't need. But still, people can raise an issue because what you are dealing with here, the woman gave her ovum. It was used when alive, but then she died. This ovum was then put in another woman later on. Now, if that woman that is married to later on is now married to the man, then there is absolutely no issue because there is a link between the baby and the man. Now, if they is not married, then the two people or the person involved with the woman, if the other woman is married or not, now there's no link whatsoever. So therefore, you needed to have given the consent in writing earlier, which means that it is in consultation. You can't just say, okay, there are some women, there's an ovum bank, and this ovum bank, there are women who have died, so somebody then says, I can take that ovum and use it, and now I can get pregnant. Now, when I get pregnant, then at the end of it, I turn around and say, no, that ovum belonged to that woman, so that this child now belongs to that woman who has died. Honorable Sunkuli, what we are saying is somebody who was mischievous, they've used the ovum of the dead woman seeking to have the child. Now, when the child is born, they now want to abandon the child and say the child actually belongs to the dead woman. Now, if there was no consent from the woman, then that is not true. She must take responsibility for this child, because otherwise this child will remain parentless, nobody to link to it. That is the essence of splitting the two.
Honorable Millie, I would like to ask you to approach the table as we give a chance to the...
Madam Chair, then in that case, if we want those two conditions to exist, then why don't you delete why don't you delete "and" and replace with "or"?
Yeah, as I said, I'm perfectly okay with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm saying that...
Let's hear the Honorable Ole Sunguli.
No, I'm just saying then we delete "and" and replace with "or".
Yes.
So that there are two conditions.
Noted. So in that case, thank you very much, Honorable Ole Sunguli. I'll give a chance to the Honorable Millie to move a further amendment to the amendments by the chairman.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I wish to move a further amendment to the amendment by the Chair in clause 20, subclause 2, A and B, by deleting the word "and" which comes after subclause 2A and replacing with the word "or". Thank you.
I propose the question that the Chair's amendment be further amended as proposed by the Honorable Millie Odhiambo. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 20 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 21.
I propose the question that clause 21 be part of the bill, Chairman.
Chair, I propose that clause 21 be amended as in the order paper, and in A, again, as I said earlier, is just the word directorate being replaced by council because of the earlier amendment. And in B, the justification is that the children born out of assisted reproductive technology also have a right or parental care and protection as guarantees under the Constitution, without how they came into this world should not be an issue. That is the essence of the second part of that amendment.
Thank you. Thank you, honorable members. I propose the question that clause 21 be amended as proposed by the chairman. Honorable Millie, I see you have interest in this.
Yes, Chair, I support the chairman's amendment, which gives better protection to children born of assisted reproduction. I've just noticed, Chair, and you'll guide me on this, that I had wanted to do a further or amendment to the title, which is part 4, Rights of Parents, Donors, and Children. But I noticed the chair didn't have an amendment there, but I just noticed that we are focusing on, we've been through this a lot, but every day something new comes up. We have not focused a lot on the rights of the surrogates. So I just wanted to put something on surrogates, but that would require that we change the title. Wait, at this point?
The title be the title.
Okay.
We are not able to deal with the title at this moment.
Thank you.
We cannot deal with it at this moment.
Thank you.
So since you supported. Honorable members, I now put the question that clause 21 be amended as proposed by the chairman. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 21 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? There is have it.
Clause 22.
I propose the question that clause 22 be part of the bill. Chairman.
Chair, I propose that clause 22 be amended as in the order paper. And the essence of this is that basically all the services that are given are actually on medical grounds. But let me look at it a little more. Yes. The national county government put in place. Basically, this is because this was actually seeking that asking the national government to put in place services that is already taken care of earlier in another another clause. So we don't need it at this point.
So you are deleting?
You are deleting.
I propose the question that clause 22 be deleted as proposed by the chair. I now put the question. Millie, do you have interest in this? Yes, you may proceed to prosecute.
Yes, Chair. This is one of the areas I did not agree with the committee. Because the committee said that once you provide rights for everyone, that's sufficient. But because we know that intersex persons have very unique needs, I thought it was necessary that we mention them very specifically, because clause 22 just provides that the national county government shall put in place measures to ensure that all intersex persons have access to assisted reproductive technology services. For me, really, when you have a special category that is not given sufficient focus or attention, then you need to give them attention. So on this one, I wish to oppose the proposed amendment by the committee.
Well, in that case, the House decides. Yes, Honorable Esunkuli.
It is here. If you look at, for instance, clause 14, that a person qualifies to undertake assisted reproductive technology where it is certified by a medical doctor that the person requires assisted reproductive technology on medical or health ground. So I think that's why the opposition to that particular clause 21, which was reading, 22, which is reading.
We are on 22.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to show the county government the reason why. You want to be very specific.
Exactly. Maybe I see that to the chairman.
So, Chair, can I?
The point of the contention is the chair is proposing a deletion.
Yes.
And the Honorable Millie Odhiambo is suggesting that that deletion should not happen, and she has given her own justification. I think it's a matter of asking whether intersex.
Chair, can I put more explanation?
The intersex also have human rights. Just as earlier, we had the thought that children born of surrogacy are also automatically provided with the human rights. Please explain, and then for the purpose of progress, I'll put the question.
The issue is earlier in 14,
yeah,
we have provided that.
Please use the next mic. This is working.
Which is working, both. Can you hear me?
You are not being heard very well.
Okay. Well, Chair, the issue here is, and in 14, we provided that those who need it, people who need the services, will get it on medical grounds. So as long as it is medically required, they'll get it. What 22 is seeking to do, 22 seeks to say that we say this specifically for intersex people. And they argue how the committee saw it. In that case, you will then start having people with, you can also then say people with disability, or even more specifically, people who are deaf, or specifically people who have medical problems. So other than this, so that if you now start affirmative action for one group, are you going to have affirmative action for all groups? So that is the you say that if 14 is suffices, now you can't discriminate against people with intersex because you have said everybody deserves it. So why then are we now repeating that people with intersex should also get it? So long as you have said everybody should get it. That was the point.
Yes. Honorable Millie.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, what I wanted, the reason I didn't agree with the committee on this is that you cannot compare an intersex person with a deaf person when we are talking about reproductive issues. Because an intersex person is a person who presents with the two organs, male and female. And that therefore means that will necessarily face serious challenges of a reproductive nature, especially if they're looking for assisted reproduction. That cannot compare with a person who is deaf or blind, for instance. They will face challenges, but not as much as a person with intersex. And Chair, that is why, for instance, when you're talking about leadership, we know that women will face challenges of leadership. But when it comes to issues of reproduction, I think there's no category that will suffer as much as intersex persons. And that is why I thought it's necessary that we provide very specifically for intersex persons so that when they go to hospitals, they are treated specially. Because I'm sure, Chair, you have come across people who don't know whether they are Millie or they are Mark because of that. And when they go to hospitals, they are treated the same way. When they go to banks, police are called on them, and it's not their fault that they have two organs, which is both male and female.
Honorable Millie, I think I only have an opportunity to ask the House to make a decision. I now propose the question that clause 22 be deleted as proposed by the Honorable Dr. Nikal. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 23.
That was a deletion. Yeah. Yes, we may proceed.
Clause 23.
I propose the question that clause 23 be part of the bill. Chairman.
We propose that clause 23 be amended as in the order paper. And the reason for this is to make provision for obtaining prior consent in the event of unforeseeable circumstances, such as death or divorce, so that once the agreement has agreed on the use of the gametes, then we'll need some consent on how these gametes are later on actually used. And that is the essence, so that you don't have gametes that are produced and then either they are abandoned or they are used in ways that the people who produce them did not intend them to be.
Honorable members, I propose the question that clause 23 be amended as proposed by the chairman. I only see the Honorable Millie Odhiambo interested in this.
Thank you. Chair, I wish to support that provision by the committee because they are giving a very specific, or rather they are giving clarity in relation to what should be done with the gametes subsequently. And I want to say, because Madam Speaker, I'm not, this is not really my area. And the committee actually gave very good technical expertise. So this is one of those areas I'm really appreciative of what the committee did.
Thank you, honorable members. I put the question that clause 23 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Dr. Nikal. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 23 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 24.
I propose the question that clause 24 be part of the bill and there be no amendment. I now put the question that clause 24 be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 25.
I propose the question that clause 25 be part of the bill. Chairman.
Chair, we propose that clause 25 be amended as in the order paper, which is a deletion, and it has listed conditions. But the basic issue here is all those conditions are placing marriage as the main qualification for having assisted reproductive technology services. And the committee's position is that marriage should not be. So if you want assisted reproductive technology, if you are married or not married, you should get the services. Basically, that is the justification for that deletion.
I propose the question that clause 25 be amended as proposed by the chairman. I do not see any interest in this, so I put the question that clause 25. I propose the question that clause 25 be deleted as proposed by the chair. No interest, so I put the question that clause 25 be deleted as proposed by the chair. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 26.
I propose the question that clause 26 be part of the bill, Chairman.
Chair, propose that clause 26 be amended as in the order paper, and the justification in A is indicating how people or children that come from assisted reproductive technology process should be treated as others, and the word that was being used as different from children that arise from sexual intercourse. And we felt that that's rather crude, and we used the word natural conception, which means the same thing, but I think is more civil. Then in B, this is already provided for, and in C, to align with the proposed amendment that the bill shall only apply to Kenyan citizens, and hence the question of citizen of a child born as a result of assisted reproduction does not arise. This bill actually, as is now, is basically the services will be available to Kenyans, so that when children that come out of this process, there is no question they are Kenyans. I think that is what we actually indicating there.
Thank you. I propose the question that clause 26 be amended as proposed by the chairman. Honorable Millie.
I support, save that I want to remind the chair that we have not yet moved the amendment in relation to this bill being preserved for Kenyans. So I notice it is coming much earlier, so we might actually have to do a recommittal to provide for Kenyans. Otherwise, I support.
I propose the question that clause 26 be amended as proposed by the chairman. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 26 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 28.
So we skip 27 as agreed earlier. I propose the question that clause 28 be part of the bill. Chairman. Yes, 27 is among the clauses which we agreed that will be handled at a later date, as it will be scheduled by the House Business Committee.
Let me see what Yeah, I know. We propose that clause 28 be amended as in the order paper. In A, we replacing the word parties to a marriage and replacing the word intended parents. Again, the reason there is basic. If you want party to a marriage, then you are limiting it to only married people. If you say intended parents, then they could be a couple but not married. I hope the word couple does not imply legal marriage. Then in B, there is need for a contact person, and therefore, if you have surrogacy, then the person involved should indicate who the next of kin is. So that is made clear in that clause. Now, justification to cross-reference to the name of the child born through, basically here, the issue is if the person who provided the ovum, if the ovum and the egg that is used in surrogacy are such that those people who produce them are not linked to the surrogate parents, then when the naming of the parentage of the child comes, it should not be automatic that the people who intended to have the child will have it. They will need a court order. And there's reason for that. If the sperm or the ovum is with somebody who is related to the child later on, then obviously the child has a genetic link, and therefore the committee's position is that it is safer. If on the other hand they are not, then the committee is of the view that these are people who can...
Dr. Nyikal, I know you are a medical doctor, and you want to make it simple, I mean, for all of us to understand. No matter how much you explain, we may not understand. So when you go to the trust that the bill has been debated, the fact that the committee has done a lot of work on it, and now we are in the committee of the whole house, if you can just make it brief so that we can make progress. What is out of order, Honorable Millie Odhiambo?
Thank you, Chair. I'm actually just trying to make your life a little more difficult based on what you've just said. If you notice, the proposed amendments in clause 28 are quite a number. And I agree with all of them except one. So when we move all of them, if we move all of them together, it will deny me the opportunity to oppose the one that I wanted to oppose. So I would wish to request that in relation to this one, that we move them by sub-clauses. Because there are sub-clauses I agree with, but there's a sub-clause I don't agree with.
That is okay, Honorable Millie. So you'll give the House an opportunity so that we are able to propose the question for the purpose of debate. Then when we get to that particular, you can identify it and see whether the House will agree with you. So I would like to give a chance to the Honorable Chair to finalize. Then I put the question, then we can look for how to assist the Honorable Millie Odhiambo. So if you can finalize, Honorable Dr. Nyikal.
I think the only one that was coming, another justification, that the persons entering into surrogacy agreement shall only receive benefits as a consequence of surrogacy and not process of surrogacy. Now, there what was the deletion was intended, there's an issue of whether people will go into surrogacy for commercial reasons. And therefore, in our view, that should not be encouraged. But if, because of surrogacy, they do need some material support, some financial support, because of the process, then that should be allowed. I think that is what the last justification there has. I think that is where we end. And this is talking about, this is actually referring all to the conditions of the surrogacy. Now, I think there's the last one, which is to protect the fetus as the indebted parents do not have control over surrogate actions, which means once you have gotten to surrogacy and conception has occurred, you see in 8, in 20, we say surrogacy agreement may indicate the terms of the agreement, including terms prohibiting the surrogate mother from partaking of alcohol, smoking, using prescribed drugs. And so it means they go into surrogacy, but now you are putting conditions to them because you need that to protect the child who is inside. So that is what means. So then I would hear what the particular issue, Honorable Milia's issue, then we can have discussion over it.
That is okay. Honorable members, I propose the question that clause 28 be amended as proposed by the Chair Health. Honorable Millie Odhiambo.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I wish to support the proposed amendment by the committee chair. And upon reflection, actually, where I wanted to oppose, I've seen the wording is wording I could live with, because my concern was in relation to something that when we were debating this in the last parliament, Honorable Joyce Lay indicated that when she had her own child, she was forced to go to court to get a court order. And I think that's really demeaning for a person who is struggling so hard to have a child. Not many people are that brave to manage to go to court. So I think the wording that is provided here is sort of midway, because it says a person may apply to the High Court for any necessary orders on matters relating to the validity of a surrogacy agreement. So it presupposes that there may be a dispute. So it is not mandating.
Which clause is that? Because we are from 1 to 10, actually.
That is 6.
6, okay.
Sorry, by inserting a new subclause immediately after new subclause 5, which is a new subclause 6. Okay. So that is a proposed new subclause 6 of the same 28. So, but otherwise, I think one of the things that was of concern for me on the heading, other than the 28 that we have deferred, that also protects the surrogate, I see that there is also quite a bit of protection of the surrogate in this part, which is, I would want us to have a balance of protecting intended parents, but also protecting the surrogates.
Noted.
So I support.
Thank you. Okay, I think we can make progress. Honorable members, I now put the question that clause 28 be amended as proposed by the chairman. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? There is have it. I now put the question that clause 28 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? There is have it.
Clause 29.
I propose the question that clause 29 be part of the bill. Chairman, you have an amendment.
Yeah, I propose that clause 28 be amended as in the 29.
29.
Clause 29 be amended as in the order paper by deleting the words "this act" or any other written law appearing in paragraph B and substituting therefore the Constitution. That is basically making it stronger, so that we go by what is in the Constitution. And removing the word implantation and talking to the word transfer, again, implantation occurs after transfer of fertilized ovum. That's a little more technical. There, the implementation is actually more accurate. You can transfer and there's no implantation. So we need that to be very, very clear. So the word in the last one, by deleting the word commissioning appearing in paragraph and substituting for the word intended, commissioning gives the impression that this is a commercial process. So that is why we are using the word intended parent. That is the justification for that.
Thank you. I propose the question that clause 29 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Dr. Nyikal. Millie, is it on this one? Okay, you may proceed.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I just wish to say that I support. Honorable Nyikal sometimes is technical, I think, because of brevity. So he's not explaining that the reason that he's actually saying the Constitution is because of the issue of termination of pregnancy. Again, because some people want to dwell on issues which are on the issues of abortion. And we are saying that we are only following what is in the Constitution, so that if there is any termination of pregnancy, it is as per the Constitution. We are not providing anything new.
Yeah. Thank you, honorable members. I propose the question that clause 29 be amended as proposed by the chairman. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? There is have it. I now put the question that clause 29 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? There is have it.
Clause 31.
I propose the question that clause 31 be part of the bill. There be no amendment. I put the question that clause 31. That is one of the clauses that we agreed that they'll be handled at a later time because there were amendments by the Honorable Kaluma. And for members who have come in after that decision was made, that is the reason for skipping 30. Is that okay? I can hear the voice of the member for Baringo. I'm sorry, when I'm seated here, I'm not able to see when you lift your hand.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
So the best is to press the intervention button.
Sure.
But you may proceed.
Okay, thank you, Madam Chair. I have a concern with Honorable Irene here, and I probably want to take you back a bit to number 29. I don't know whether that is possible. It's not possible, but I'll just raise it. Number 7.
The rules of the House now.
Yes, I know.
They do not allow you to go to 29. Member for Baringo.
Yes, I know. But
and even if you do it will not make a difference, but I can allow you to
raise it.
To raise it.
Yes. It is number 7, Madam Chair, that the parties to a marriage shall not give any monetary or other benefits to the surrogate mother other than the expenses reasonably incurred in the process of the surrogacy. Whether that one is supposed to be debatable, because what then should be the reason why someone should surrogate? Need money.
Members, it's completely out of order. I could do it when I'm not seated where I'm seated now. I will be able to encourage that debate. Unfortunately, I cannot go to clause 28. Who do you want to inform? There is nobody on the floor to inform. Honorable Millie. Well, for the purpose of progress, members, let's just make progress. Before we continue, honorable members, we have students seated in the public gallery this morning. Students from Mary Happy School from Kamukunji constituency, Nairobi County. I want to identify a member from Nairobi County to welcome the students. Yes, you may proceed. Member for Kibra. Yes,
thank you, Madam Speaker. I want to take this opportunity as a member of Kibra, which is in Nairobi constituency, to welcome these students in this August house. I want them to feel, let the presence of the members of this house give them an inspiration of their future endeavors. Now feel welcome on behalf of all the MPs in this house. These children today, they are getting the bill that is being debated today in committee of the whole house, so that they know the procedures. Some of them will be members of parliament in the future. So thank you, and I want to welcome them again.
Thank you very much. From Nairobi County.
Clause 31.
I propose the question that clause 31 be part of the bill. There be no amendment. I now put the question that clause 31 be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? There is have it.
Clause 32.
I propose the question that clause 32 be part of the bill. Chairman.
I propose that clause 32 be amended as in the order paper, and A, by deleting subclause 1, and that the explanation for that, if you allow for people to determine the sex of a child before the sex of a fetus, the implication sometimes would be that people want to choose which fetus to allow to grow and which fetus allow not to grow. I know there is at the end of it the issue of sex-linked diseases. But again, once you provide that people can make diagnosis with the provision to terminate or allow people to grow.
Honorable Nyikal, they have understood.
Okay. Then again, the next one in B is to prohibit the sale or transfer of embryos. Okay, fine.
So, honorable members, I propose the question that clause 32 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Dr. Nyikal. Yes. Member for Bahati, Honorable Irene Morembo.
Thank you. Thank you, Speaker. This topic is close to my heart. Chair, it is close to my heart. And I think if we honestly decide to say that you cannot choose, I would go for this because I know what I want. If I want a boy, maybe I had boys, but I want a girl. I would not go for that if I know, if I had a choice, I would not have gone for that. But I think it should be open, because many couples would be going for it because of choices. I would want to choose whether it is a boy, I would want to choose if it's a girl. I think we should not limit people to what they want. Remember, I'm spending money to do this. And I'm doing this out of choice. I'll also choose whether they should have blue eyes or they should have black eyes. Or they should be brown or not brown. Remember, that's my choice. I don't think we should limit it.
Okay. Member for Bahati. Yes, the Honorable Sonkuli, member for Kilgoris, and member of Health Committee.
Yeah, Madam Chair, the problem with that is being raised by our honorable colleague from Bahati is a huge moral issue, a huge ethical issue that cannot be finalized in this committee, because one of the biggest problems some of us have, if you have to choose the child's color or choose the sex, that means you are encouraging termination of that pregnancy. You are going into a world which is full of ethical issues. I think this is about life. This is not about just a simple thing. I think anyway, but most important thing is that we have gone through this debate, and even through the winnowing, and we have raised these issues. I think it is only fair for the House to look at it and say, let's not get into that deep water of ethical issues. You want to kill the one that you don't like so that you can survive?
Honorable Jamatia.
Thank you so much, Chair. I also want to add to what Honorable Irene and what Honorable Sunguli is saying. I think we are allowing science to play. And when we allow science, we are not looking at it from the negative. And I like what the chair of the committee said, that we would not encourage the abortion. We would strictly abide to the constitution, that I don't think you want to kill because of the sex, because you can still predetermine the sex before the fetus grows. That is science. Yes.
Honorable Millie Odhiambo, Chair, you'll be the last to make a comment, then I'll put it.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I know this
that.
is one of those difficult issues. I understand, Honorable Irene, in the one hand that culturally sometimes there are people who are divorced because they don't have sons or daughters. So there are people who may want to, mainly sons, but there are people who may want to go into assisted reproduction so that they save their marriage by getting a son. However, again, I want to also agree with Honorable Sukuli that there are many serious ethical issues when we think, and I think the example that Honorable Irene gave puts us in that murky water. When you talk about whether it's black or white or green or yellow, then we are talking about designer babies. I think from our perspective in Kenya, we are less concerned about designer babies, but much more about the social issues. But having said that, Chair, even though I agree with the deletion by the chair, it's not for the reasons that he gives. It's because of 31. 31 already speaks to 32. So, but it's not because what 32 says is a person shall not knowingly provide, prescribe, or administer anything that shall ensure or increase the probability that an embryo shall be of a particular sex. So it is actually, he's actually saying the opposite of what this says. But if you delete it, if 31 was not there, then you are supporting Irene. But 31, 31 still opposes Irene. So otherwise, I support you, Chair. But for the reason that it's already catered for in 31.
Okay, Chairman, you can make your comments brief so that we push the question.
If I take Honorable Millie's point on 31 and 32, but if we come back to the moral issue, because we have to realize that even when this bill is in effect, people will still raise these issues, and therefore we would want to have a very sound basis for what we are saying or doing at this point. Now, if you say you want to make a choice, and then you are not committing abortion or killing somebody, you must go then to the definition of when life starts. And in our constitution, life starts as conception, and conception means implantation. Now, if that would mean you will have then to go to that level, and once they have been implanted, now you then want to terminate, that now will be termination. So then constitutionally, we'll still be in order. We'll still not be in order.
Well, honorable members, I now put the question that clause 32 be amended as proposed by the honorable chairman. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 32 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 33.
I propose the question that clause 33 be part of the bill. Chair, you have an amendment.
Chair, I propose that clause 33 of the bill be amended as in the order paper. And this, as I said earlier, is just because we have deleted or removed the issue directorate, you have a council. So everything therefore in the past in A refers to what is in the is already, we have agreed on that. Wherever there's a directorate, we'll then replace with the word council.
Yes, I think that decision the House has already made.
Yeah.
Honorable members, I propose the question that clause 33 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Dr. Nikal. I do not see any interest in this. So I put the question that clause 33 be amended as proposed by the chairman. Will as many as of this opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 33, as amended, be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 34.
I propose the question that clause 34 be part of the bill. Chairman.
We propose that clause 34 be amended as in the bill, and again, in 1, the justification again refers to...
Chairman, you propose that that clause be amended
as in the order paper.
As it is in the order paper.
Yeah, since in the order paper, and the justification in 1 is because that is related to the council that we are already dealt with, and the other one, to the age, we're just conforming to consent to age or in conformity with the age to marry, and in B and C, for alignment with the proposed amendment that again that links with the issue of the council and the directorate.
Thank you. I propose the question that clause 34 be amended as proposed by the chairman. I put the question. Yes. I now put the question that clause 34 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 34 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 35.
I propose the question that clause 35 be part of the bill. Chairman.
I propose that clause 35 be amended as in the order paper. Again, this is in relation to the functions of the council instead of the directorate.
Thank you. I propose the question that clause 35 be amended as proposed by the chair. There be no interest, and I put the question that clause 35 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as have of that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 35 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 36.
I propose the question that clause 36 be part of the bill. Chairman.
I propose that the clause 36 be amended as in the order paper. Again, it is for the same reason that now we have to replace the word directorate with council.
Thank you. I propose the question that clause 36 be amended as proposed by the chairman. I now put the question that clause 36 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 36 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 37.
I propose the question that clause 37 be part of the bill. Chairman.
Again, Chair, we propose that clause 37 be amended as in the order paper. Again, the justification is in alignment with the decision of the council instead of directorate.
I propose the question that clause 37 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Dr. Nyikal. I now put the question that clause 37 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 37 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 38.
I propose the question that clause 38 be part of the bill. Chairman.
Chair, we propose that clause 38 be amended as in the order paper, again for the same reason of the council and the directorate.
Thank you. I propose the question that clause 38 be amended as proposed by the chair. I now put the question that clause 38 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 38 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 39.
I propose the question that clause 39 be part of the bill. No amendments, so I put the question that clause 39 be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 40.
I propose the question that clause 40 be part of the bill. Chairman.
Chair, I propose that clause 40 be amended as in the order paper, and once again, it is because we have deleted the directorate and replaced with the council, so that's to align it.
Thank you. I propose the question that clause 40 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Dr. Nyikal. I now put the question that clause 40 be amended as proposed by Dr. Nyikal. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? There is have it. I now put the question that clause 40 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as are of a contrary opinion say nay? There is have it.
Clause 41.
I propose the question that clause 41 be part of the bill. Chairman.
I propose that clause 41 be amended as in the order paper, and once again, Chair, is because we have to replace directorate with the word council.
Thank you. Thank you. I propose the question that clause 41 be amended as proposed by the chair. I now put the question that clause 41 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? There is have it. I now put the question that clause 41 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? There is have it.
Clause 42.
I propose the question that clause 42 be part of the bill. Chairman.
I propose that clause 42 be amended as in the order paper, and in A, Chair, again, it has to do with the same reason for ward and council. And in B, we just replacing the word, adding the word authorized member. So that is to do with the inspection. And in 2, again, once again, to get rid of the word directorate as before.
Thank you. I now propose the question that clause 42 be amended as proposed by the chairman. Honorable Cynthia Moge, member for Nandi County.
Honorable Chair, I want to support the inclusion of the word authorized. With it, as it was saying any, was very dangerous because any means anything and anyone. The authorized statement or word included makes it more rigid so that it can be able to control what happens in that particular licensing. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, honorable members. I now put the question that clause 42 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Dr. Nyikal. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? There is have it. I now put the question that clause 42 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? There is have it.
Clause 43.
I propose the question that clause 43 be part of the bill. Chairman.
Chair, we propose that clause 43 be amended as in the order paper, and in A, the justification is that in the marginal notes, we are inserting the word and embryos immediately before the word gametes, because that actually refers to both embryo and gametes. And then the second one, the justification is to separate the license for storage for gametes and those for embryos, as both require different conditions of storage. So you cannot have the same conditions for them. And for the last one, the embryos and the gametes shall be stored until they perish, owing to the sanctity of the right of life. Again, what we are doing is, because of the sensitivity of this, we do not want to interfere with the embryos and gametes. I think that probably is just for now, looking at the future.
Thank you, honorable members. I propose the question that clause 43 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Dr. Nyikal. I do not see any interest in this. I now put the question that clause 43 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Chair. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? There is have it. I now put the question that clause 43 as amended be part of the bill? Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as are of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 44.
I propose the question that clause 44 be part of the bill, Chairman.
Again, 44, I propose that clause 44 be amended as in the order paper, and again, the justification, as we had said earlier, is the issue of the council and the directorate. We are just replacing the two words to harmonize the whole bill.
Thank you, Chair. I propose the question that clause 44 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Dr. Nikal. I now put the question that clause 44 be amended as proposed by the chairman. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 44 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 46.
Clause 46, I propose that clause 46
What happened to
Clause 45.
Yes, Honorable Irene, member for Bahati.
Sorry, I hope I'm not taking you back. But I'm trying to look at this bill, and I'm wondering, when you license these, say, hospitals or whoever is a licensed doctor, is there any chance that I may have my embryos stored and they sell without my authority? Is there a clause trying to protect my embryos?
Well, Dr. Nikal, I would like to give you a chance to respond to that question.
We actually have a provision that nobody can handle any embryo without consent of the owner of the embryo. Commercialization. We have had actually very many, if you have looked back, we had very many clauses on commercialization of the process, quite a number.
We have several clauses, Honorable Irene, that are securing. So I think a situation like that cannot happen. Look at from clause 11, use of embryo, consent of parties, posthumous use without consent, circumstances for undertaking assisted. You just need to go to the bill and you'll see that the committee did a very good job. Actually, the House, this bill has been here since the 11th Parliament, 12th Parliament, and now we thank God that it is happening in the 13th Parliament, and there is a possibility of closure. Is it a point of order, Honorable Member for Nandi County? Is there anything out of order? So that we are orderly, we are in clause 45, right? We are in clause 45. Is it something to do with clause 45, or it's something out of order? You want to inform? Then you may want to go to record to say that.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I'd like to, for comfort of the Honorable, I understand.
It's a point of information, right?
Yes, point
and
of information.
And who would you like
Chair.
to inform?
I'd like to inform the Honorable Member for Bahati. That
I am obliged to ask the member for Bahati whether she would like to be informed by the member for Nandi. Let's proceed.
Honorable Chair, she says yes. For the comfort of the Honorable Member for Bahati, Honorable Chair, I have sat through this bill with submissions from, passionate submissions from Honorable Millie and other contrary submissions from other members who appeared before this committee. And part of the issues that were being raised was exactly what she's raising. And I want to just confirm that having gone through the bill with my very able chair and having combed through every statement that has been made there, considering the sensitivity of this matter, her concern is properly taken care of in a number of clauses, actually 4 clauses, and it keeps referring to it. So Honorable Njoki, the Honorable Millie did a good job, and the committee did a good job, and the members who have been able to contribute to this bill have done a very good job to safeguard the privacy and safeguard even legally the embryos that you're going to store for whatever reason. So you are properly covered, and you're properly legally covered as well.
Let's make progress, members. Thank you.
Clause 45.
I propose the question that clause 45 be part of the bill. Honorable Dr. Nyikal.
Chair, I would like to propose that clause 45 be amended as in the order paper. And again, this has to do with the functions of the directorate, which now we want to be in the council. So it's just, again, alignment.
Thank you. I propose the question that clause 45 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Dr. Nyikal. I now put the question that clause 45 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? There is have it. I now put the question that clause 45 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? There is have it.
Clause 46.
I propose the question that clause 46 be part of the bill, Chairman.
I propose that clause 46 be amended as in the order paper. And in A, again, the issue is because of the council. So we're just aligning in the council. And in B, the provision that you delete paragraph D is because paragraph D was actually a morphine saying if the circumstances change. You can't introduce something in law that are not certain. And in the other, to empower the council to revoke licenses for persons who have committed serious offenses and are of questionable character. Again, it's protective. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Thank you. I propose the question that clause 46 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Dr. Nyikal. I don't see any interest. Eric Mushangi, member for Runyenjes. Honorable Cynthia Moge, member for Nandi County. So we proceed. I now put the question that clause 46 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? There is have it. I now put the question that clause 46 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? There is have it.
Clause 47.
I propose the question that clause 47 be part of the bill, Chairman.
Again, I propose, Chair, that clause 47 be amended as in the order paper, and once again, it's to do with the functions of the directorate and the council. So basically, we are just harmonizing with that change that we had already made.
I propose the question that clause 47 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Dr. Nyikal. Honorable Cynthia Muge.
Honorable Chair, I support the conformity that has been proposed by the Honorable Nyikal, but Chair, allow me to state my discomfort regarding to provision on 47B, where it's talking about the application, if the council refuses to give you a license, you can then apply as an appeal to the cabinet secretary. My discomfort, Honorable Chair, was the council is made of very competent and skilled people in that sector. And when the council refuses, it gives you another leeway to apply to a cabinet secretary whom most of the time, Honorable Chair, is not a medic and probably is not conversant with what happens. This is quite uncomfortable for me, and I think I have been able to state that, and I just wanted to bring it to the attention of the Chair and probably the honorable members so I can be able to see what happens to it, because I feel like it's not very good in terms of professionalism.
Chairman?
Chair, as that may be true, and it actually appeals to my feelings as well, but what we have before me did not include it. So you can guide us if at this time we can make an amendment on that part.
Why are you saying that you cannot?
Because we were basically, for what we had said, that is 47. And we have dealt just with 47.1. Let me see, because I don't think we have covered that. So if you are going to do that amendment, can I do it now? Because what we did was 47, where the director refuses to issue a license, the cabinet secretary may make such amendments. Well, if an amendment is made, if it's in process, I can accommodate it. So, and then we have to say, where do we make the appeal?
Directorate, it has refused to issue a license, and it has also refused to vary. What the Member of Parliament for Nandi is uncomfortable with is that you can go to the Cabinet Secretary and disregard. So that is the one we wanted you to make a comment on. Then we can put it, we can put the question. Before the chair thinks, let's hear from the member for Kibra.
Thank you, Chair. I think before the Chair comments, as much as the health is also a devolved function, but we have a national umbrella, we must always have a pathway in all our systems where we can never have a gap. We must always have a bridge that if you cannot get opportunity, then you have a place to appeal. But we can never say that a CS, if a CS is not a medic, he cannot make decisions, because we have personnel within the ministry, we have personnel within the medical circles, those who advise the CS. I think this is just a provision so that people are never stopped at the county level. We give this a leeway so that people have opportunity to pursue their courses, especially when they are denied these certificates at local level. I think this is just a pathway to give people room for appeal, but it does not limit and it does not necessarily bar these people from pursuing. Otherwise, I think we must make a pathway for those who do not get justice at certain levels. Thank you.
So for the comfort of the member for Nandi, you have the directorate. When they make a decision you are not comfortable with it, you can go to the cabinet secretary. And clearly the cabinet secretary is advised as advisors, but then you can also go to court. I think we'll get there. But I would like to go to the chairman. Can we go to member for Kilgoris or Honorable Mili? We come to you first, or we go to the, I would like to go to the member for Kilgoris. Then we can come to you.
Sorry, she takes
or
member
for Kilgoris.
But
member for Kilgoris.
Yeah.
Women first.
No,
the Honorable Mili Odhiambo. Honorable Mili Odhiambo.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
And also
like
in terms of order of precedence,
in
terms of order of precedence, she speaks first. So let her go ahead.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Other than the fact that I love it when they are Madam Speakers. I'm not too sure where the Honorable Member for Nandi is getting that, because I've looked at the proposed amendments by the Chair, and I've looked at the bill, and the bill in subclause 6 says the Cabinet Secretary shall make regulations for the refusal, variation, and revocation of licenses by the Directorate, which is now the Council, under this Act. So the Cabinet Secretary shall only make regulations. So I'm not aware, unless maybe you can point me to it, where there is an appeal. Because I've looked at what the committee is proposing, I'm not seeing any appeal. Yeah, in the bill, in what subclause? Because subclause 6.
47B.
Oh, sorry, I'm in 46. No wonder. Yeah, then if that is the case, I think I would also agree with her. Because especially if you're talking about health being devolved, then you say the cabinet secretary may make such determination on the review as a deem fit. I think it would be prudent then to leave it to the High Court. But still, even if you have the cabinet secretary and they are arbitrary, you still go to the High Court. But I think it's one of those areas we should have deleted.
And she started by saying that she was not opposing, unless you're opposing now. Member for Nandi. No, I'll go to Kilgoris first.
Yeah,
it's good to be consistent.
Not only that, but yeah, especially when it comes to presidents, because the chief whip takes precedence. I also take precedence.
Okay, yeah, true.
Oh, no, over her. Or you are the overall boss. But Madam Chair, I wanted to say, having come from the committee, that we could retain this the way it is. Because first of all, it is a human rights issue that you have applied for a license. The council has rejected it. Then you go to the cabinet secretary. If the cabinet secretary makes a decision, either way, the section 40, clause 48 says that where the cabinet secretary, upon the application for review under section 47, this act determines to refuse and so on, then there is the avenue of the High Court. And what was more consoling to me, again, being a member of the Delegated Legislation Committee, is that these things that the Cabinet Secretary will do must be part of the delegated legislation. And under 47, they can actually make regulations. And we hope that because Section 47 comes before 48, that therefore his determination is not a blanket one. It is with respect to the regulations that they are going to make under 47.
Thank you.
So I think that the process is due.
Thank you, honorable members. I propose the question that clause 47 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Dr. Nyikal. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 47 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. 48.
Clause 48.
I propose the question that clause 48 be part of the bill. There be no amendment. I now put the question that clause 48 be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 49.
I propose the question that clause 49 be part of the bill. Chairman?
I propose that clause 49 be amended as is proposed in the order paper. And again, Chair, this is because we have to harmonize with our decision to remove the directorate and replace it with the council.
Thank you. I propose the question that clause 49 be amended as proposed by the chair. I now put the question that clause 49 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 49 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 50.
I propose the question that clause 50 be part of the bill. Chairman.
I propose that clause 50 be amended as in the order paper by deleting the words knowingly or reckless appearing in that and inserting in the new following immediately is liable to conviction, to fine. This basically is providing a penalty for the offenses committed under 50.
I propose the question that clause 50 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Chair. Honorable Cynthia.
I support the amendment, Honorable Chair, because anything that is done can easily be termed as unknowingly and lack of recklessness. So removing it so that if you commit the offense, we don't care what you're doing. You just committed the offense and therefore you should be punished. This is a very delicate matter.
Thank you. I propose the question that clause 50 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 50 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 51.
I propose the question that clause 51 be part of the bill. I now put the question that clause 51 be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
New clauses. New clause 19A, 19B, and 19C.
Honorable members, clause 52 is one of the clauses that the Honorable Kaluma had interest in, where he had proposed amendments and we agreed on how to proceed with them.
New clauses 19A, 19B, and 19C.
I call upon the mover to move second reading of the new clause. Dr. Nyikal. I suggest that you move all the new clauses together. Under 19, there is 19A, 19B, and 19C.
And I have them here. So now, Chair, I wish to move that clauses 19A, 19B, and 19C be now read a second time. And the justification is for 19A is to limit the number of donations of gametes and surrogates for the health and the well-being of the surrogate mothers and even the fetuses, so that we limit the number that can be somebody can do. That is in 19A. In 19B is to provide the age limit of donors to ensure that quality gametes, again, this is basically limiting the age for which you can obtain gametes. That are the ovum or sperms for the age. And that is required for optimum and possible success of the transfers. And 19C, again, this is for the disposal of gametes, which can be through donation and conduct of research. And I want to say this is extremely, extremely important, because when you have the gametes that have been actually harvested and we don't put into place how they are disposed of and how long they take to be disposed of, then again there can be issue of misuse, particularly under research. Research is actually more worrying than all the others. So I therefore beg to move.
Thank you. Honorable members, let me propose first. Yes, I propose the question that new clauses 19A, 19B, and 19C be now read a second time. I see interest from the member for Kibra.
Chair, when we were growing up, if you ask us, most of our mothers gave birth to even 15 children, 20 children. but this bill says that you cannot donate embryos more than 10 times. I don't know what the committee looks at, because some of the ladies I see here are very fertile, including the chair, the way you are looking. And you can give them more than 10 times. And I think it should be limitless, because some even give birth after every 1 year. I have also seen that they are giving the age, especially on the men who donate sperms, that they take age limit. But you know, even wine, as you have wine, the number of years the wine stays, then it matures, and it gets better. Some men like Dr. Nick.
Order. Are you relating sperms to wine? That the longer the sperms stay, the better? I know this is the reproductive, assisted reproduction.
It is an analogy that I'm giving, because some men are very productive even at 70 years. Even my brother here, Dr. Nikal, if you look at him. So let us not limit the age, although I support the bill. Thank you.
Well, this is a house of debate. Yes, a member for Baringo County. Wait, we give you a mic.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I also want to support this bill by, I am supporting generally the bill, but on clause 19A, I am with Honorable from Kibra that you do not limit. First of all, it is a wish.
The member for Kibra is called Honorable Orero.
Honorable Orero is also my friend, Madam Chair. For me, I want to speak, my mother has more than, we are in our home, we are more than 14. Literally, we are actually beyond what the committee is trying to restrain here. And I know women who have up to 18 children. So this is not debatable. I think the committee should just let free the number of how many eggs I can donate. Sometimes, due to genes, we can allow eggs because some genealogy are better than others. Somebody and many people would probably want to have children from one lineage and one gene because of many things and variety, probably resistance and age, height and all many other factors. So these are things that should be considered when dealing with such bills. And it should be free. We were given the power to procreate and to produce. Thank you, Chair.
Yes, thank you. Member for the Honorable Millie Odhiambo, member for Suba.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I wish to support the committee, especially on 19A. We limit the number of times a person can donate their gametes or embryos to 10 times. And the reason is that if you have more children that are born through donation, there is a likelihood of people marrying their relatives. Secondly, a person, when we are talking about surrogate, and I want to thank the honorable member for raising the issue about the fact that the mother has 14 children, but that is her children. A surrogate, this is not her children. She will still need to have her own children. So if you let a woman carry 10 children for somebody else, we are compromising their own right or their own possibility of having their own children. And because of poverty, there are people who may think, even though we are prohibiting commercialization, we know that people may still try and commercialize under the chair. So there are people who will still go in because of commercialization, compromise their own health. So we are also protecting the surrogate. And also the same thing of not entering into surrogacy more than 3 times in her lifetime. So that it is also limiting, basically limiting commercialization. And then I also support the issue of disposals of gametes and 19C. However, Chair, I wish to propose an amendment in 19B by deleting the word or. Because if you, 19B1 says, a cryobank shall obtain A, male gametes from males between 21 years of age and 35 years of age, or oocytes from female between. So it means they either have male or female, not both. So I'm proposing that we delete the word or, so that we can have, the cryobank can have both oocytes and gametes from male and females. Thank you.
Honorable Member for Kericho, Honorable Beatrice Kemei. Chair, I would like you to take note of what the Honorable Millie said, so that we'll come to you. Proceed, Member for Kericho.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Chair. Thank you, Honorable Chair. And maybe from what Honorable Millie has said, supporting the committee's proposal on 10 times for the embryo and of course the semen. I'm wondering why they arrive at 10 times, not more, not less. Let me be informed of the reason why 10 times. I'm getting it, Honorable Millie, that if we have more times, then people will have blood relatives. But why 10 times? Let me get the information from there, Honorable Chair. Why 10?
Honorable Chair, members, for the purpose of progress, I would like now to give the chance to the chair. Are you the one who is prosecuting on behalf of the chair of that particular area?
Okay. Let the chair decide.
Let the Honorable Sunkuli speak, then we come to you, because you have a decision to make on the Honorable Millie's matter.
2 points, Madam Chair.
We realize that mic is not working very well.
And this one?
Yes.
Yeah, so there are 2 points, Madam Chair. First of all, I agree totally that if we allow somebody to go on a random production of children, that we will end up producing a very bad genetics, Madam Chair, because incest will take place, and at any rate, I don't think it's good to get one man to populate the world. I think it's... but on this issue of or, I just wanted us to read it correctly, this issue of or, because it says, a crypto bank shall obtain A, male gametes from males between 21 years of age and 35 years of age, or oocytes from females between 23 years of age and 25 years of age. Now, a crypto bank can choose between the two. But if you say and, that means you are compelling them. Yeah. So, but how will it be for drafting purposes? What will you, if you just say you go from A to B without an and an or? I think grammatically it's okay. Because it's giving you options, 2 options. And that's why we're using or. No, you see, if you choose between male and females of 21 years of age, so that is, males are of 21 years of age and 35 years of age, but females are 23 years of age and 35 years of age. So if it was describing male and female of the same character, of the same ages, then you would do it in even 1 paragraph. But now if you are varying the qualifications of a woman and leaving the one of a man different, then you definitely need to do the 2 paragraphs. I'm sorry.
Chairman? Chairman.
Chair, on 19A, 2, we are actually talking of 10 children who are genetic siblings. And I think Honorable Millie is not having surrogacy 10 times. And Honorable Millie has indicated that there's a danger that you'll have very many children who actually are the same genetic pattern. And that is actually risky. That's why we are 10 children. Now, many of these things come out of observations. Science is basically observations. So in places where they have done this thing many times, the probability when you get to beyond 10 becomes much higher. But there are times that later on science can prove that that's not so. Then we can always amend the bill. Then when you come to surrogacy, more than 3 times in a lifetime, I think for a surrogacy is 3 times. Now, basically, surrogacy is actually a very strenuous thing. It's not like normal conception. You go through hormonal preparations, you then go through procedures, and it's something you are not doing for yourselves, you are doing for other people. If you now allow it, so people then become professional surrogates, I think that will not be altruistic. This bill is trying to be as altruistic as possible for the people who need fertility services, not for the people who want to gain commercially. And
Chair,
then
the part where we had a problem was 19B.
Yeah,
the rest was not.
Okay. Now, 19B, the 2 things are independent. Gametes or from males will be totally different from oocytes from females. So they're independent. I actually don't see why we should link them. Because when somebody comes to you to donate an ovum, that will be a lady coming to visit. I don't see where they will come with a man and
So
the lady.
does the ors
remain? We delete. So you just advise me on how to handle the word or, and then we delete it. So if I need further amendment, I propose further amendment that we delete or in 19B.
You move in an amended form.
Yeah, so I move that then 19B proceed in an amended form with the deletion of or.
Okay. Noted.
So thank you, Chair.
Members, allow me now to put the question that new clauses 19A, 19B, and 19C be now read a second time. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now propose the question that clauses 19A, 19B, and 19C be part of the bill. I now put the question that clauses 19A, 19B, and 19C be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
New clause 24A.
I propose the question that new clause 24A be now read a second time. Chairman.
Chair, I beg to move clause 24A now be read a second time. And in the bill, and the proposal is that a donor shall undergo a pre-implementation diagnosis or testing for implementation purposes of screening of the human embryo, gamete, or non-pre-existing diagnosis for non-existing diagnosis or heritable genetic diseases. Now, a donor, let me go over that again. A donor shall undergo a pre-implantation diagnosis or testing for the purposes of screening the human embryos or genetics for known pre-existing heritable or genetic diseases. There are some diseases, genetic diseases, that definitely will be inherited from either the mother or the father. so through the sperm or through the ovum. And some of these diseases are very debilitating. In a case where you are actually seeking support in fertility to get a child, it would be extremely bad if we know that there is the possibility, even if the disease is recessive, meaning that it doesn't come all the time, to let that go on. Therefore, it is need to screen people for those such diseases before they provide the ova, before they donate the ova or the sperms. And therefore, we need to protect the fetuses that will come from this process.
Yeah.
So I beg to move.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Honorable members, I now propose the question that clause 24A be now read a second time. Honorable Cynthia Muge, I can see you have interest in this one.
No, Honorable Chair, previously when this proposal was put forward, I sort of resisted it because I thought probably you sort of want to predetermine what you want to get. But Honorable Speaker, looking at a number of people who are born with sickle cell anemia is not the kind of risk that you would want to undertake when you're actually seeking for surrogacy. So I support and I highly recommend that this particular clause, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Chair, is going to really help us with some of those preventable diseases that can be detected before the implantation is happening. So I support this particular clause.
Thank you. Honorable members, I put the question that clause 24A be now read a second time. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now propose the question that new clause 24A be part of the bill. I now put the question that new clause 24A be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
New clauses 27A and 27B.
I propose the question that I now call upon the mover first to move the second reading of new clauses 27A and 27B.
Chair, I beg to move that clauses 27A and 27B be now read a second time. In 27A, an intended person may use assisted reproduction where the person is A, a Kenyan, B, has attained the age of 25 years, and C is below the age of 55 years. Chair, this actually introduces two important factors in assisted reproduction. One, as we indicated earlier, we want to limit this bill to Kenyans, this law to Kenyans only. And the purpose for that is we do not intend to open this country for assisted reproductive services tourism, so that people then will come to Kenya and seek these services, maybe because it is not available in their own countries, or maybe for commercial purposes. I'll tell you an example, that if you allow such, it is possible that people may come to this country, get it done, and the arrangement behind it, you will not know. I'll give you an example where when I was practicing, I had a baby that was delivered, but at the time the mother came into labor ward, they actually had a name of somebody else who flew in from another country. And so for all practical purposes, the lady who delivered never delivered. But the lady who came from abroad now is the one who didn't deliver, and they were seeking to travel abroad with the country, which is a form of actually child trafficking. Again, the issue of how you handle embryos and how you handle gametes that are stored can be actually a subject of research. And if you allow people to come in, you may find that you are making it available for people to do researches that may be unorthodox. And the second one is about the age. And again, this is the optimal reproductive age when they should be involved in this. And in 27B, is basically to let the mothers, the fathers, the surrogate mothers and the surrogate fathers actually have maternity leave like in all other deliveries without any discrimination. So in this case, the surrogate mother under this act shall be entitled to 3 months local leave or 3 months postpartum leave, and the intended mother she'll have entitled to 3 months, so that the mother who is given birth is resting, the mother who has taken over the new baby has time to also acquaint with the baby. And definitely the father needs a little less time, so they've been given 2 weeks. So, Chair, I beg to move.
I propose the question that new clause 27A and 27B be now read a second time. Millie Odhiambo.
Chair, I wish to support, and Chair, because of the issue again of a possibility of tourism, we agreed with the committee on making it only available to Kenyans, and also for the best interest of a child, so that we are able to monitor the children who are born of assisted reproduction within Kenya, and also to take the interests of the women who have given birth under assisted reproduction, that both the intended parent and the surrogate have leave, and also the father. I support.
The Honorable Cynthia Muge.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I definitely support this amendment and this introduction of a new clause. And Honorable Chair, there were concerns about provision C, where the parent should be below the age of 55 years. And Honorable Chair, I support this with every part of me, because parenting is not an easy job, and you must be able to actually take the parenting work seriously. So I support this. I also support normalizing surrogacy. Part of the normalization that has been brought by this particular 27B, Honorable Chair, is that the intended mother will go on leave just like a normal mother, and that makes it feel more like home and makes you own the baby more. So I support this particular introduction of a new clause in this particular bill.
Thank you. I now put the question that new clause 27A and 27B be now read a second time. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that new clause 27A and 27B be part of the bill. I now put the question that new clause 27A and 27B be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
New clauses 28A and 28B.
I now call upon the mover to move second reading of the two new clauses. 28A and B.
Chair, I wish to move that clauses 28A and 28B now be moved, be read a second time. And basically, all these, his 28A is to prohibit commercialization of surrogacy. So what 28B is indicating, you cannot initiate any negotiation, you cannot offer on any agreement, you cannot be involved in any payment that is eventually leading to the process being commercialized or of a commercial nature. And in B, again, basically the same issue and listing all the possible ways you can think of commercializing it, like undertaking some kind of public education, distributing information, and even after it has happened, then you can abandon or exploit. So all the issues that are related to commercialization has been taken care of here. And further, it also provides for the offenses that are related to efforts to commercialize surrogacy.
Thank you. Thank you, Chair. Honorable members, I propose the question that new clauses 28A and 28B be now read a second time. I now put the question that new clauses 28A and 28B be now read a second time. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that new clauses 28A and 28B be part of the bill. I now put the question that clauses 28A and 28B be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
New clause 32A.
I now call upon the mover to move the second reading of new clause 32A.
Chair, I beg to move that clause 32A be now read a second time. And Chair, the summary of all this is relating to, again, commercialization, but in particular, advertising or entering into any arrangement, accepting any benefit under surrogacy that eventually may itself be, in effect, encouraging commercialization and providing that an offense, if that happens, I beg to move.
Thank you, and I propose the question that new clause 32A be now read a second time. I put the question that new clause 32A be now read a second time. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I propose the question that new clause 32A be part of the bill. I now put the question that new clause 32A be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
New clause 51A.
I now call upon the mover to move second reading of new clause 51A. Chairman, Dr. Nyikal.
Chair, I beg to move that clause 51A be now read a second time. And Chair, this 51A recognizes the fact that as we are talking now without the law, there are actually processes that are going on. And therefore, what we are providing for is transition for those who are already involved in this process. I beg to move.
Thank you. I propose the question that new clause 51A be now read a second time. I propose the question that new clause 51A be now read a second time. I put the question that clause 51A be now read a second time. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now propose the question that new clause 51A be part of the bill. I now put the question that new clause 51A be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
New schedule.
I call upon the mover to move second reading of the new schedule.
Chair, I beg to move that the new schedule be now read a second time. And the whole purpose of this schedule, Chair, is how to conduct the businesses that relate to the committee that we formed in the Medical Dentist Council instead of the Directorate. And this is a committee that will have very specific functions, and therefore we put in place all the normally usual requirements on how they conduct committees, how people are approved, and so on. So basically, it is how the businesses shall be conducted by that committee. I beg to move.
Thank you. I now propose the question that the new schedule be now read a second time. I put the question that the new schedule be now read a second time. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now propose the question that the new schedule be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that the new schedule be the schedule to the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 2.
I propose the question that clause 2 be part of the bill, Chairman.
Chair, it has been brought to my attention that when we provided the list of clauses where Honorable Kaluma had made amendments and was interested, we excluded clause 2. So I would plead that, with my plea, that clause 2 be treated in the same way as we treated the other clauses that Honorable Kaluma had amendments on.
Would you like to include it?
Yes.
It was initially not there.
I would like to include it in the list that I provided to you.
Thank you. So, honorable members, based on Standing Order 13310, we now include clause 2 in the clauses that will be discussed at a later date. Thank you.
Long title.
I propose the question that the long title be the title of the bill. Chairman?
Chair, I propose that the long title be amended, of the bill be amended by deleting the words to establish an assisted reproductive technology directorate. As indicated earlier, Chair, we had decided that we do not need the directorate, and this will be a committee under the Medical Practitioners and Dentists Council.
Thank you. I propose the question that the long title be amended as proposed by the chairman. I now put the question that the long title be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that the long title as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 1.
I propose the question that clause 1 be part of the bill. I now put the question that clause 1 be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now call upon the mover to move progress.
Thank you, Chairperson. I beg to move that the committee do report to the House its consideration of the Assisted Reproductive Technology Bill, National Assembly Bill number 61 of 2022, except for clause 3, 8, 14, 27, 30, and 52, and its approval thereof with amendments, and seek leave to sit again.
The first one is clause 2, not 3.
Oh, sorry. Clause 2.
I now put the question, which is that the committee do report to the House its consideration of the Assisted Reproduction Technology Bill, National Assembly Bill number 61 of 2022, except clauses 2, 8, 14, 27, 30, and 52, and its approval thereof with amendments, and seek leave to sit again. As many as have that opinion say aye. As many as have a contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
Honorable members, can the chairperson report to the House?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to report that the Committee of the Whole House has considered the Assisted Reproductive Technology Bill, National Assembly Bill number 61 of 2022, except clauses 2, 8, 14, 27, 30, and 52. Approved the same with amendments and seek leave to sit again. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Mover of the bill, Honorable Millie Odhiambo.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the House do agree with the committee in the said report. I also request Honorable Sunkuli to second the motion for agreement with the report of the committee of the whole House.
Madam Speaker, I do second.
Thank you. Honorable members, I now propose the question, which is that the House do agree with the committee in the said report. Honorable members, and the time being 1:05 p.m., this House stands adjourned until today, Wednesday, 8th October 2025 at 2:30 p.m.